Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are talking about something that every English learner wants, to sound fluent. Not just correct, not just understandable, but fluent. Smooth, natural, confident. And here's the secret that most textbooks won't tell you. Fluency is not about knowing more words. It's about knowing which words to use together and how to use them in a way that sounds like a real human being. You can have a small vocabulary and still sound fluent if you use the right phrases. And you can have a huge vocabulary and still sound like a robot if you don't. So today, I'm going to give you 10 English phrases that will immediately make you sound more fluent. These are phrases that native speakers use every single day, but that non-native speakers often don't know or don't use. Learn these, practice these, and your English will sound faster, smoother, and more natural. Let's go. Number 1. I mean. This is a tiny phrase with huge power. Native speakers use I mean constantly. It's a filler, but it's a smart filler. You use I mean when you want to clarify something or when you're about to rephrase what you just said. For example, you say, the movie was long. I mean, it was 3 hours, but it didn't feel long. Or someone asks, do you like your job? And you say, it's fine. I mean, it's not my dream job, but it pays the bills. That I mean makes you sound like you're thinking in real time. It's natural. It's conversational. Without it, you sound like you're reading a script. With it, you sound like a person. So start using I mean when you want to explain yourself better. Don't overdo it, but 1 or 2 per conversation is perfect. Number 2. The thing is, this phrase is a lifesaver. Use it when you need to introduce a problem, a complication, or a real opinion. For example, I'd love to go to the party. The thing is, I have to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Or, the thing is, I don't really like spicy food. It softens bad news. It buys you a second to think. And it signals to the listener that something important is coming. Native speakers use this all the time instead of just saying, but. Compare, I want to help, but I'm busy too, I want to help. The thing is, I'm really busy right now. The second one sounds more thoughtful, more fluent, more polite. So memorize the thing is and use it as your go-to phrase for introducing a challenge or a contrasting idea. Number 3. To be honest, or honestly, this phrase adds so much warmth and credibility. When you say to be honest, you're telling the listener that you're about to drop the small talk and say what you really think. For example, to be honest, I didn't like the presentation much. Or, honestly, I'm just tired today. It makes your opinion feel more valuable because it feels like a secret. Native speakers use it even when they're not saying anything particularly honest or secret. It's just a conversational habit. But for you, as a learner, using to be honest will make your English sound much more natural and trustworthy. Just don't use it before every sentence. Save it for real opinions. Number 4. I was like. This is a very casual phrase, but it's essential for sounding fluent in informal situations. I was like means I said or I thought. For example, when he told me the price, I was like, no way. Or she asked me to work on Sunday, and I was like, absolutely not. You're reporting your reaction, not just your words. It's dramatic. It's funny. It's how native speakers tell stories. You can also use he was like or she was like to report what someone else said. And then my boss was like, you need to stay late. And I was like, I don't think so. Notice there's no that. No, he said that. Just he was like. This is very informal, so don't use it in a job interview. But with friends in casual conversation, it's a fluency marker. If you don't use I was like, you sound like a news anchor. If you do use it, you sound like a real person telling a story. Number 5. Kind of or sort of. These 2 phrases are the secret to sounding relaxed and natural. English learners often speak in very direct, black and white statements. I am tired. The movie was good. But native speakers rarely speak that directly. We soften everything with kind of and sort of. For example, I'm kind of tired sounds much more natural than I am tired. The movie was sort of good, but not great sounds more thoughtful than the movie was good. You can also use them as hesitations. I'm kind of. I don't know, not sure about that. That sounds fluent because it sounds like you're thinking. So stop being so direct. Add kind of and sort of before adjectives. You'll immediately sound less robotic and more conversational. Number 6. I feel like. This is one of the most useful phrases in all of spoken English. Instead of saying I think or in my opinion, native speakers say I feel like. It's softer. It's less aggressive. It invites discussion. For example, I feel like we should leave early sounds more collaborative than we should leave early. I feel like that restaurant is overpriced sounds less confrontational than that restaurant is overpriced. You can also use I feel like when you're not sure. I feel like maybe I've seen that movie before, but I'm not sure. It's a perfect phrase for everyday conversation. And the grammar is easy. I feel like plus a full sentence. Start replacing I think with I feel like and watch your English become instantly more fluent and friendly. Number 7. You know what I mean? This is a tag question that you add to the end of your sentences. It means do you understand or do you agree? But it's much softer and more conversational. For example, I've been so busy this week, I haven't had time for anything. You know what I mean? Or I love that cafe because it's quiet and nobody bothers you. You know what I mean? It checks in with the listener. It makes the conversation a two-way street. And it gives you a moment to breathe. Native speakers say this constantly. If you don't say it, your English sounds like a monologue. If you do say it, you sound like someone who knows how to have a real conversation. You can also shorten it to know what I mean, or just you know. All are fine. Number 8. Come to think of it, this phrase is used when you just realize something or when you're adding a new thought. For example, I haven't seen Maria in a few weeks. Come to think of it, I haven't seen her since the party. Or, the traffic was really bad this morning. Come to think of it, there must have been an accident. It shows that you're actively thinking, not just reciting memorized sentences. It makes your speech sound dynamic and alive. You can also use, now that I think about it, the same way. But, come to think of it, is shorter and more fluent. Add this phrase to your toolkit. It's perfect for storytelling and for moments when you want to sound thoughtful. Number 9. Tell you what, this is a friendly way to make a suggestion or an offer. For example, tell you what, let's meet at 7 instead of 6. That gives us more time. Or, tell you what, I'll buy the coffee if you get the next one. It's a little bit informal, but very warm and persuasive. It sounds like you're being generous or solving a problem. You can also use, I'll tell you what the same way. Native speakers use this phrase to move a conversation forward, to make a decision, or to end a discussion. Instead of saying, how about we do this? Say, tell you what, let's do this. It sounds more confident and more fluent. Number 10. At the end of the day, this phrase means ultimately or when you consider everything. For example, we can argue about the details, but at the end of the day, we need to finish this project by Friday. Or he's not perfect, but at the end of the day, he's a good friend. It's a great way to summarize your opinion or to close a discussion. It sounds wise and thoughtful. Native speakers use it constantly in both casual and professional conversations. It's much more natural than saying ultimately or in conclusion. So when you want to make a final point, say at the end of the day, pause for a second, then give your conclusion. You'll sound like a fluent speaker who knows how to structure an argument. Now, I want to give you a bonus because you made it this far. Bonus phrase, it is what it is. This phrase is everywhere. It means I can't change the situation, so I accept it. For example, the flight is delayed for 3 hours. It is what it is. Or, my apartment is small, but it is what it is. It shows maturity and acceptance. Native speakers use it to end complaints or to show resilience. It's a very short, very powerful phrase. And it's almost impossible to translate directly into other languages, which is why English learners often don't use it. But you should. It is what it is. See? Perfect. So here's your challenge. This week, I want you to use 3 of these phrases every day. Pick, I mean, kind of, and I feel like. Or pick the thing is, to be honest, and you know what I mean. Write them on a sticky note on your phone or your mirror. And every time you speak English, try to work them in. At first it will feel forced. That's fine. That's how learning works. After a week, they will feel natural. After a month, you won't be able to stop using them. And that's when you know you sound fluent. If you liked this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more real, practical English.